Yahweh will bless you and watch over you. We already know from what Fleur has said that the priest was not actually asking that the Lord would bless someone, but what did it actually mean for the priest to say the words, "The Lord bless you," over a person? The Hebrew word literally means the bringing of a gift to another on bended knee. And this probably isn't something that we see all that often, but the imagery that may come to mind when we think about someone on bended knee would possibly be that of a servant coming before their master. Or even perhaps, and maybe more commonly, someone proposing to the one they love on bended knee. The thing is, this blessing does not come from one person to another. It comes from the Lord and through the priest. And this forms a completely different kind of image. This brings to mind the image of a true king, one who will serve his people, who will humble himself and come before his people on bended knee. Can you imagine that? But this is only the beginning. There's more to come. Bless is only the first in a pair of verbs in the opening line of this blessing. You see, not only will the Lord bless you, but he will also watch over you. In the original Hebrew, the word used here means to guard. And this is the word that is used to describe the way a shepherd would protect his sheep, by building a protective hedge made of thorn bushes to form an enclosure around his sheep. A hedge like this keeps out predators. In the same way, this blessing tells us that the Lord will protect you from harm by putting a sort of fence around your life to keep out enemies that would attempt to take away the blessings that God has given you. Just think about that for a moment. The Lord protecting you by putting a hedge around you. And so, with some background into two simple words, the fullness of this blessing, it begins to take shape. Can you imagine what it would be like for a king to do these things for you? I want you to take just a few moments to think about it. Imagine yourself standing at the entrance of a throne room. Look around you at the beautiful artwork on the walls. Look up at the ornate ceiling. Take in the splendor of the chandeliers hanging above you. The king's subjects are gathered on the left and the right sides of the room. Now look straight ahead. The king is sitting on his throne. And as you walk towards him, he rises from his throne. And he begins to make his way towards you. You meet in the middle of the throne room and you begin to bow, but then you realize that the king is already kneeling before you. And he tells you that he will protect you from the enemies who will try to harm you. How do you feel? What would your story of God watching over you and protecting you, particularly during this time, sound like?